Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all the participants to day 3 of our faculty development program. Today, we are delighted to have with us Dr. P. Chinnasamy, who is an accomplished researcher and academician with expertise in cloud security, artificial intelligence, and cryptographic access control mechanisms. He earned his PhD in computer science and engineering from Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education in 2019. He is currently working as an associate professor at Kalasalingam Academy of Research and Education and has over 10 years of experience in teaching, research, and industry. Earlier, he served at Sri Shakti Institute of Engineering Technology Coimbatore and MLR Institute of Technology Hyderabad. He has been recognized globally as one of the top 2% scientists in artificial intelligence and image processing. He also received the Cybersecurity Innovator of the Year and Innovative Researcher Awards from CSI. He has published several high impact research papers in reputed international journals such as IEEE Access, Scientific Reports, Halion, and Applied Sciences. His research collaborations include work with University Tungu Abdul Rahman, Malaysia under the International Collaborative Partner Program. His research interests include AI-driven cybersecurity, blockchain-based authentication, deep learning applications, and secure cloud computing frameworks. We are indeed honored to have him with us today to share his valuable insights on predictive analytics for business and engineering applications. Now, I take a great pleasure in handing over this session to Dr. P. Chinnasamy sir to lead us through his insightful and informative session. Over to Chinnasamy sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, and thank you for the wonderful opportunity. First of all, my uh, heartful thanks to Dr. B. Santosh Kumar sir. We didn't see him, but we are the collaborator of research work as well as an academics partner. Thank you once again, sir, and thank you for the management, Guru Nanak Institute of Technologies meeting of researchers is not only from India. So this one opportunity. Before starting my session, so I'll have a few questions. Like, is it audible, ma'am? Like my screen and my camera, everything is covered, right? So
Yes,
is
sir.
that
Yes, sir.
okay? Thank you for the response. So immediately I'll share my screen for the participants. I hope my screen also visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes. So I'll put it my slide to the full screen. Like so today actually this is the third day of 6-day online faculty development program, and my topic is all about predictive analytics for business and engineering applications. So before going to depth of our today topics, so I need to have a few questions from the audience as well as a participant. Like, uh, what is meant by predictive analytics and why we require this? So predictive analytics in the sense so we need to apply some concepts which is related to data mining and for the large number of data, and for that we need to apply some mechanism like kind of pre-processing, some kind of algorithm over there to predict what could be the futures. Like that analytics based on the present data and based on the current data, I mean present and current, and based on the past data. So both the data we are going to predict what could be in the upcoming days. So that is the ultimate aim of our current machine learning or artificial intelligence or whatever the models day to day it is evolving. So same mechanisms we are going to follow. We required three things. I mean two things especially. Based on that, we are going for a third. So first one is actually in a present, like current data. And from the current data, whatever we are choosing it, whatever we are planning to predict it, so we required some historical data, like historical in the sense, like past 1 week or 1 month, or even if it is 1 year, even it go on 100 years also. So based on a current, we are going to apply some mechanism, some algorithm, like some intelligence algorithm over there to data. So based on that, we are going to predict it. So now, so what is my application in the sense, like where I'm going to apply this predictive analytics uh, in terms of business oriented application. So business in the sense, we can able to say we are having an n number of business day-to-day life. The first thing is like we need to have some kind of tactics. So for an example, I'm owning in a shop of e-commerce. So I'm going to launch a new mobile model or new products. So how I'm going to launch a new products to get in a good market. So for that, we need to apply a statistics. First of all, oh, this products, okay, I'm going to launch it. Anyway, what is the current outsource of the particular product in a Amazon or in a Flipkart or in a Meesho? So based on this statistics, so I'm going to apply some tricks. So tricks in the sense, so for an example, recently everyone was celebrated for a Diwali celebrations. In that, do you observe that how many what do you call the offer, especially for an electronics item, especially for an costumes, and even the boys oriented, even girls oriented. So many offers day by day, like night 8 o'clock offer, night 12 o'clock, midnight offer. So many offers coming. But do you observe that how these people are offering the original cost into something? So based on the statuses, what they are learned, what they are getting from the past 1 year or past 6 months of browsing from the user, and which is related to region wise or which is related to the zone wise. Based on that, we are going to give a good offer around the field. But so in all the kind of prediction, like what we call it, offering or its analysis, so we must require some intelligence algorithm. So that algorithm only now it's divided into actually it's divided into various categories. So for an examples, so everyone talking about the artificial intelligence. So under the artificial intelligence, we have a machine, and then we have a model, then finally we will have a data. Like this will be in a top to bottom. If you see from the bottom to top, so first we are feeding the data. So that data will be given into the any model. That model is analyzing in terms of some algorithmical way, or else based on the inputs what we wanted. Based on that, the model will work it out. It will filter something, some unwanted data, and they will feeding up with training and testing things. Finally, that machine learning algorithm plays in a role, like for getting in this kind of accuracy, this kind of precision, this kind of regression. Then finally, we will have an AI tools, right? So this is a workflow. So in this, what we are going to learn it from the today session is, so we will have a basic observation about predictive analytics, then where exactly focusing. So I'm going to take on a business model, especially so which is related to a credit card transaction. I'm going to take it. I'll have an already GitHub code. I'll show it on a one by one. So now, so after this basics of predictive analytics, now we must know what would be the data process. Like in general, machine learning will have a model work process which is related to data collection, pre-processing, then training and testing. Then we have a model evaluation in terms of performance, in terms of accuracy, right? Finally, we are going to have two important things, either prediction or classification, right? Which means that clustering mechanism or else prediction we will do it. So in general, so whatever workflow we mention in the diagrammatical, we just observe here. So same mechanisms, but models should be in terms of what do you call it? First model will be in a data collections. So this data collections will be in a data source, like where we want to get my input data to process it. So it may be nowadays common data sources are available like google.com, even medical data. If you want to go over, we'll have medical sources like even our Indian government also having in a data sources data.gov.in. So that is also we have it. From that, what we need to do once the data is ready, I'm going to apply an exploratory data analysis, which means that so we have a bulk of data. So from that, what are the information really we wanted to my process? So that identification is an initial step. So they that mechanism we can able to call it as actually a data pre-processing. So they just we are going to apply exploratory data analysis. What are the data or what are the features that I want to have for my analysis? And that this is the second step. So exploratory data analytics. And third, I'm going to take a future engineering. So there, for my example, I'm going to analysis for a credit card transaction. So for that, so I'm having some input data. So in this, what would be a feature I for each and every transaction, we have some common functionalities like date of transaction, which means that the timestamp, date, and then amount and account holder, like in terms of secure manner, and the transaction ID will be generated. And finally, the receiver bank account also will be in the secure. So in this, what kind of features we wanted? Especially, yeah, in my account, detail is exactly there. Or is there any mistakes in the accounts? Then the receiver banquet is fine. Yes, fine. Every IFSC code, every information is available. Then it's well and good. So that kind of features we need to identify for our own process. Then only our model will be trained and model will be tested in a very efficient manner. If you lost or if you deviated any feature engineering process, obviously our training error and testing error will be very. It means that that kind of error is false positive rate and false negative. So that after the feature engineering, what we are going to do is we are going to do apply a training and testing. So in this, we must have an idea how much percentage of data we are going to take it for a training and how much of data we are going to have for testing. In general, in all like 70 to 80% of machine learning model will take an 82, right? But nowadays, so many questions, so many research questions are coming. So for that, what they are doing is like in terms of real-time data, real-time machine learning model developer, what they are doing is they are splitting the training and testing range into 70%. Some days, if you are having a high computing power, then some of the researchers they are going within a 65 particle. But we won't beyond this lower level limits, because if we go, then there is no point of the efficiency. Then after the training and testing, we need to do enough monitoring. So this monitoring will be a very essential part. So from the monitoring only, we are going to have, oh, this will be happen. This may be possible. This leads to this solution. So this kind of monitoring will be, it's like this kind of prediction or classification will come based on the 24/7 monitoring with respect to the day wise, with respect to the month wise, with respect to the year wise, right? So this will be continuously will be performing. But when we can able to have from the existing model, then this is a process. When we are going to have when we are going to make our own data sets, then this will be. So in this, so what is the exact thing is happening is, so this will be on the double side. So single side will happen. Even we can able to go with the monitoring, then again like data cleaning, then feature engineering, then model science. So this all will be in a common terms. So this is a common workflow. So when we are in the terms of researcher or in terms of like the PhD scholars, then we need to alter some process in this, like by embedding some additional process to remove or to add the extra content. So there only our uniqueness or our model plays in a role, right? So this is a generic overflow of our, what do you call it, a predictive analytics. Now, sir, my PPT is moving.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please. Now, so I'm going to have working like, so working in the sense, I'm going to discuss about the business application which is related for our today concepts, I mean today's session. The first thing is, first business application what I am going to take, but it is a finance. Because finance sector is a most crucial part for our day-to-day life, starting from the small transaction, and then so that transaction will lead to a cost oriented, even it will be an exchange of products oriented. So many things will be coming to the pictures, right? So in the finance sector, so why we want to have an analytics? So in a finance, so transaction would be happen. We want to know that transaction is the trusted one, or it may be initiated from the unknown. Right? So not only for this transaction, we can able to do analysis in terms of our credit score analytics based on the purchasing and based on the amount spent and based on how you are paying your EMI. Right? EMI. So based on that, we can able, right? So this is the area, this is a small applications where we want to have an analytics, especially that is the most important things. And the second thing is, so I'll jump into that like e-commerce side. So where we are buying in terms of all the products, all the components, all the things via the online. And the second thing is I'm going within a retail. Like, so directly I want to go visit the shop. I want to like the products, and then I need to go for the payments. So that payments will vary nowadays due to that our Indian growth scenario for AI mechanism and the machine learning model. So that all will be either in terms of not in terms of, most of the time we will go within a digital currencies. No one will carry the purse within a money. So they'll go within a purse, but within a small kind of money. But mobile phone is very essential. Via mobile phone, what we are going to do, right? And the third thing is like the marketing, like marketing in the sense as supply chain. Like as I told you, I'm the like I'm going to sell launch and products. How you want to promote it, and this marketing will place a major role or crucial role in the agriculture sector. Because like in our India now, as per a today market phase, our tomato prices around the 20 to 30 rupees per kg. But same tomato, it will be now, I think, what are today news, as per an, yesterday news of our Indian government. So in Pakistan, same tomato prices like 80 to 90 rupees per kg. So here are like 20 to 30, but there 80 to 90. So this kind of supply chain analysis also now essential. Like based on that, they will export it, they will import. So there only our like our day-to-day market analytics is a very essential. So that is the reason everyone is participating in that. So many online betting and online investment of the products, right? So many things is happening because nowadays everyone is depending on the mobile phone, and most of the time will be in online. So for this kind of application or this kind of use cases, what are the machine learning model is required? So as part of 2 days continuous session, you may know about supervised and unsupervised procedure. The most advanced one is reinforcement learning, right? So these are happening. But along with this machine learning model, so we will have one more model, that is the recommendation algorithm. Like I think most of them knows about our recommendation algorithm, how it is work. Anyway, I'm giving in a real-time example. So as a what do you call computer science faculty as well as computer science engineer, I'm just searching in a YouTube like in terms of blockchain materials by some author or some professor. So this is today morning, early morning, I have searched. But when I am browsing in the general Google, general other website or somewhere, I got a small advertisement. You will have a good blockchain YouTube materials or blockchain online platform or online learning things, either from Udemy or Coursera or else Native, Simply Learn. So some of the website, I'll get an advertisement from this, some other browsing in terms of Google or in terms of Instagram or in terms of YouTube's or in terms of Facebook, wherever I'm browsing it, I'll get some small advertisement which is related to what I am searching by today. So there's an actual recommendations of the customer, the algorithm. That is a model, right? But how these people are working? They are analyzing it here, browsing history, and their upcoming data requests or data input process. across the or inside the internet system. Because as a Google, so what we are having it, we will have a single sign-on feature to access multiple Google products. That will be all in a interrelated. So wherever I go, I'll get some Google authorization. From that, they'll get they will analysis. Oh, this is a user requirement. As currently user is looking for this kind of analysis or this kind of data. So based on that, the recommendation will work. Then it will given a suggestion, right? So this is also one of the most important growing research area in terms of all the machine learning model, all the predictive analytics, all the classifications, right? Yeah. Now, then this will be in a business oriented application. Now I'm just moving into that engineering applications. So in engineering, especially I'm just I'm basically belongs to a CS, but as a faculty show for computer programming, I'm just going to concentrate on other department applications like multidisciplinary applications. Why? Because so they require they already having in a hardware. There's some component is there. From that, I need to get data with the frequency, right? So the first thing is I'm just going within a mechanical engineering where we are doing in a manufacturing of our products. So this manufacturing will be helpful to analyze for a particular example, like I think most of them they knows about the current launch of iPhone 17, but iPhone 17 somewhat they failed because of that thin design. So that kind of analysis also they are doing in from the manufacturer side. They are not doing analysis in the selling side. Manufacturing side itself they are doing an analysis based on the inputs. Right? And the second thing is energy and utilities. Uh, 1 minute. Like, yeah, sorry for the interruption. Like, and the second engineering applications will be energy and the utilities. So where we are getting in this kind of energy and the utilizing for the energy sources or the mechanical sources. So especially for monitoring our grid as well as the electrical meters and or else the wind meters. So there we will get all the updates, all the data which is related to energy and heat. And the third important engineering application is our core, like our core in the sense, especially for a computer science. So there, I want to have an analysis in terms of our browsing history of internet and how that networks are connecting, how many users are connecting per day, what are the data are they are transferred, whether it will be an authorized one or not, whether we have some problems or the cyber security oriented data are transferred or not. So many analysis we can able to do based on the our application. So as a computer science engineer, if you take us on a network, then network introduction direction will be a best mechanism to detect it. For that, we have so many tools. We have a wires analysis, and we have a prevention. We need to make a prevention model also, right? So this mechanism or this kind of algorithm we can able to do based on the applications oriented system, right? So this is all related to an engineering application. Now, so what could be in the future? So we have a business and we have an engineering, and what are the things we can able to make in terms of our what do you call it, our children's or daughters or granddaughters, whatever maybe that in terms of people gender. Now we must, as of now, we are having a slowly incorporated Copia, but is in terms of after the 10 years or 3 years, all the field must be incorporated, be run via artificial. So not only for AI, so every device or every manufacturing companies will must be connected with an IoT and edge computing. So what are the data we are doing it that must be stored in the cloud. There is no kind of what do you call document oriented. Everything must be there in the cloud. From the cloud, they are going to connect the individual edge component. From the edge component, I'm going to receive the data. From that, as a machine or as the AI intelligence or intelligent machine, going to work on. So based on the working, so it going to be given a prediction or it going to be given an analysis. I mean, it's kind of now with this, what would be the challenge? So we know that obviously after the 5 years, the AI plays a key role. Then what would be the challenge? Now, challenges in the sense whether the data will be all the time is in a correct manner, that we cannot say. Because AI, but if it is in a human also will make an error, but that can be corrected after the 2 or 3 level of checking. But AI is doing in a sense, we didn't know that how it is data was received, what are the analysis mechanism as the AI is, right? And the second challenge is we must know the what would be the ethical things when we are depending on the AI. Thus, we are going to use it, but we must know that what could be the ethical things we must follow, and whether we want to give all the informations about us in the online platform or in the AI. If you give all information, then the AI replace you. So we need to hide something from the AI, but the AI is ready to learn as a right. So for that, even Google also Google and the top level billions are invested for a future research for right. So this will be we need to know as a researchers, right? We need to have a solution or we need to give an awareness to the everyone about the next. And then the last will be when we are making it, when we are going to deploy it, what could, what are things we need to know, whether it would be correct or whether it would be work on the real-time feature, whether it be good at something, everything's we need, right? So these are the challenges we must have it when we are depending on the AI and when we are going for an analytics, especially for an machine learning, right? So in this, to be as a engineering application, we have one important things that is nothing but yeah, what do you call cybersecurity, right? So for that also, I'm having in a 2 or 3 explanation about what would be the awareness in terms of data privacy while we are doing an analytics, right? So let I'll start with a security kind of things. Now, so I'm going to have an so I have a brief introduction about analytics and where we are going to have a business application and engineering applications. Now, I want to give an additional information about how we want to prevent and protect. For that, we must know about the security concept. So, in order to protect our model or in order to protect in terms of training or testing in terms of analytics also, right? The first thing is, so as a traditional network model or as a traditional security model, we must depends on three important properties: CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and the access control or authorization. Right? CIA. Now, it is whether we are doing everything such as CIA properties related. And nowadays, in a what do you call it, online chat application, whether we are following the confidentiality things. Yes, we are following. Whether we are following in integrity, yes. Whether we are following in authorization, yes. Why we are following? Because everyone is open. They don't want to hide anything. They don't want to bother about whether the data will be leaked via a WhatsApp server or else via third parties. Right? So that kind of preventions or that kind of awareness we must have it. So what are the data we can able to share it, whether it will be in a reliable mechanism to receive in the receiver, whether the receiver will believe for all the time. I mean, will maintain all the trustness for a 24/7 or lifelong. We cannot say because the situation will vary based on that union. So if you not follow the CIA properties in a small area, small applications, definitely we will face on a three important things like the like financial loss in the sense. So not only from our what do you call it? Not only for from the user side. So there is a chance to get in a loss. So, yeah, sorry, actually, I got on a call from the yeah. So if you not following in a CIA, definitely we'll face a loss in terms of not only for our person to person. So we are violating some laws, predefined laws in the what do you call it, in terms of our intelligence agency or in terms of our according to our law system. So many way we are not following. If you cross it, definitely we'll make we will face a big loss in the financials because we are not following an intellectual IPR, so we are not following. Right? And the second thing is we may lose our reputations, right? Because we reveals all the information about the online, definitely we face reputation damage also. And the second thing, the third thing is we may go with the compromise decisions. We must obey something because we our data are with them. So based on that, we must go within a compromise-based decision. We should obey it, right? And this is the starting point when we are going with an advanced one, right? So what would be then a solution for this kind of? So now I'm just going, I'm just placing in a AI mechanism there, like artificial intelligence to identify this will be an fishy, this will be this person is not at all genuine, don't share anything. So this kind of awareness or this kind of announcement, so we want to give it to the users. So for that, I'm just going with an AI specific, right? So this AI will be act as an intelligent system. So before coming, whatever now activities we are doing, but as a AI will be monitoring your activities in the online platform and social chat applications. So when we are doing some unrelated things based on your day-to-day life, definitely the AI will give an alerts to the user, don't addicted to this, you may lead to this kind of problems. So that kind of machine, this kind of intelligence model we wanted to alert, to give the awareness to the parent, to kids, as well as not only for the two kids, as everyone those who are what do you call, living all the time in the online social platforms, right? So this is the main things I'm just giving a model. And now, like as all kind of artificial intelligence, so why we want to depends on all the time in AI? So we will have an ML-based security frameworks also. So for that, so we may make ML security operation pipeline or operations line. So based on that, where we want to incorporate. So we know that the basics of ML model, how it will work. Now, where we want to incorporate it, especially for uh, first, when we are collecting the data, there itself we want to given a we want to apply an integrity checking mechanisms, right? So once integrity checking is over, then we want to go with the second where we want to do a training, right? So that trainings must be followed with as I told you, everything must be there in terms of cloud, in terms of edge computing. So there, if it is there, like, so we don't want to maintain any data on the local system, then we don't want to worry about. But so as a Google, as a Amazon, Google, Microsoft, even uh, what do you call it? So many private cloud also there, but based on that, we can able to go with the model deployments. Or based on that, we can able to choose where we want to store our. Then, as per and apart from that, training and exploration and data cleaning, we must have a model evaluation. So as a ML model, we must have some four common parameters like accuracy, precision, recall, and information. But when we are incorporating in terms of security, we must given a additional performance parameters like whether anomaly is there or not, whether intrusion came to the pictures or not, whether any kind of attacks will be possible in future if you are doing or if you are maintaining that same data. Right? This is kind of prediction and classification in terms of attacks, like passive attacks, active attacks, insider attacks, man in the middle attacks, like so many attacks we want to take care when we are deploying a ML model within segments, right? Then not only this one, but then after the 5 years or 10 years, we can able to go with an auditing also. It, it will be useful to check whether you are having in a same data or some modification is happening in the store. So this kind of things also we can do, right? And not only for this model and things, we can able to provide the API based security, application programming interface. Right? Like as a Google, as I told you, no single sign-on feature is there to sign to access multiple Google products. But same mechanisms we can able to apply when we are making an own. Right? So these are the some small things or small keynotes when we are developing a model with the highest security. And that's all about from my end. Like, so I have started with an analytics and in a security kind of things also. Now, if we have any doubt, you can ask me. Later, I'll go with my own credit card transaction, which is already one of my UG student. They made the project to who we have already posted in the GitHub. So you can able to what do you call use it whenever you want it for the model training and testing, because we have in a real time tested, and this application was it's not application, this research article we have for a submission to the conferences, and so many things we have worked in the background. If you wanted, like, you can able to use the as a what do you call the predictive analytics concept to identify the predicted transaction is fraud or right. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Like we have a transaction nearly 6,000. It's executing by oneself, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, for data pre-processing itself, it is coming there, but after that, I'm just so. But it is from my local course. I didn't deploy it because their student laptop we have on all the deployment. But here I'm just getting an output in terms of cell bugs. Like for example, pre-processing one time, then the data cleaning is how it is done. Then what are the data we are feeding it, and what are the fraud detection? I mean, how we are going to identify the fraud in terms of number of transaction and number of percentage. Like for an example, so here you can see for identifying the fraud or not, we have a zero is actually in a not a fraud, and one is actually we have a fraud transaction. So from this analysis, we have enough for final things is so 91% of the given data sets is having a genuine transaction, but 86% of the remaining transaction is in a fraud. So this kind of analysis we have done with an entire model. This model will work in terms of the dynamic data also. Because that kind of code also we have feed it. Whenever we are going with a dynamic data feeding or a dynamic bank transaction, or else our own Google Pay account transaction is analysis, that is also will be done in an efficient manner. So this will work based both the side static as well as in a dynamic. Static data sets also will work. Dynamic Google authorize or the own authorize the account for a Google Pay or Phone Pay. That is also will work to identify the particular transaction is fraud or right. science like
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering such an insightful and engaging session. We sincerely appreciate the time and effort you have taken to share your expertise with us today. I also extend my heartfelt thanks to all the participants for their active involvement and enthusiasm throughout the session. With this, we conclude day 3 of our faculty development program. We look forward to meeting you all again tomorrow for another enriching session. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity.